What's up, everybody? My name is Wendell Butler, and I'm a loan originator with Envoy Mortgage. Today, I'm going to be talking about credit for my quick tip. So I posted about this on my social media page about a week ago, and a lot of people reached out to me saying that it was helpful, and it's good to understand credit more. So unfortunately, in life, credit is a big part of our financials. There are ways around not using credit. You can always use like just straight cash, but it makes it a lot harder to get loans and kind of maybe live the life that you want to live. But I mean, there's ways to not use it. You can just be cash heavy, but utilizing credit and having a good credit really helps you build your net worth and utilize opportunities that you may not get if you don't have credit. So basically, there are 5 things that go into credit and credit reports. I have them written down here so I don't remember, so I don't forget. Sorry, I dropped my pen. All right, so we got payment history, which is number one. Payment history actually takes up 35% of your credit report. Accounts owed. So accounts owed is number two, and that one actually takes up 30% of your credit report. Length of credit history, that one actually takes up, let me look up so I'm just sure, takes up 15% of your credit report. Number 4 is new credit. New credit takes up 10% of your score. And number 5 is credit mix, and that takes up 10% as well. So I'm just going to break these down really quick for you, just so you kind of understand credit a little more. Some people might not know, how to attack credit, how to make it better. They might have low credit right now and not know kind of the steps to take to increase their credit. There's not really a quick fix. There's some things that you can do that can quickly boost your credit, but I'm not an expert on it. Honestly, I actually refer out to a credit expert that knows a lot more about it than me, and they're amazing. But basically, so number one is obviously the payment history. That one's kind of well known. If you have, bills, if you have a loan, if you have credit card bills or anything like that, you're going to want to make timely payments. If you miss a payment, that's going to affect your credit the most out of everything because it accounts for 35% of your credit score. So it's really important to just, if you do, use credit cards, if you have a mortgage loan, if you have car loans, anything like that, just do not miss your payments. One missed payment can be pretty detrimental to your credit, and it takes just like even longer to build it back to where it was once you miss that one payment. So number one, payment history. Just pay your stuff on time. Number 2, accounts owed. So when you open up, credit cards, when you open up accounts, you're gonna have a certain amount of credit limit to be used. So say, I open up a credit card and it has $10,000 of credit limit. That means that I have a $10,000 available credit line that I can, put money onto and basically pay back that. It's kind of like a loan, I guess, like a credit loan. So say you have $10,000, right? Each time that you start using that credit card and building up, so you put $1,000 on it, you put $2,000 on it, you put $3,000 on it, you're using up your credit line. Each time you use it up and build more into it, it's going to affect your credit because you're actually using your available credit. And that just shows, you might be more risky, you might be more better chance of like not being able to pay back a loan or miss payments. So one of the rules that credit experts actually explain is to not use more than 30% of your credit limit. So say you have a $10,000 credit card, at no time do you want to have more than $3,000 used on that credit card. And better case, just every single time you use your credit card, just pay it off immediately. Just pay it off. There's no benefit that I know of leaving money on your credit card just sitting there, like showing usage. Just every single time you use it, what I do is I use it, I go home, and the second that it shows on my account, I just pay it off immediately. That one makes it so you don't miss any payments, which is the number one factor of credit scores. And number two, it keeps your usage of credit all the way down. And the lower the usage, the better your credit is going to increase as time goes on. Speaking of time, number three is length of credit history. So this is basically once you open up an account, say you open up a credit card today, that means that you've had the credit card for one day, right? And then a year goes by and you still have that same credit card. That's 1 year of credit, of like history of that credit line. And then 2 years, 3 years, so on. So the longer that you have a credit line open, the better it helps your credit. So some people might think, and they make a big mistake here, that say they have a lot of debt on a credit card, and then they finally pay it down. They sometimes go and cancel those credit cards. When you cancel those credit cards, it's actually going to hurt your credit because you're getting rid of the history of credit that you have. So, a good rule of thumb is just do not cancel credit cards. If you open up a credit card and then you pay it all the way down, you can just leave it there. Just leave that credit card there. You don't even have to use it, but as long as you have that credit history, it's going to help your credit. Same with when you pay off like a mortgage or something, it's going to affect your credit like a little bit. I'm not going to say like keep your mortgage running, like pay off your mortgage and own your house outright as fast as you can. That's great. But like there's little things like that still kind of affect your credit. But the number one rule here that I would say is just if you have credit cards and you're thinking about canceling them, just don't even bother because it's just going to hurt your credit. And leaving them on there is actually going to help your credit. Number four is new credit. So opening a lot of new accounts quickly, like back to back credit line, mortgage, and applying for stuff, is going to hurt your credit because it's showing that you seem like a risk because you keep on trying to get new credit, and you're showing yourself as a risk to the credit bureau basically. So they're going to dock you for that. It's only 10%. So when you do apply for loans and stuff, it's important to make sure when they're going to pull your credit as a hard inquiry. And also try to avoid like trying to open up credit cards back to back. Give it some time in between. Credit is a long game, and to build your credit really nicely, it's a long game, and it's important to just not try to rush into building your credit. It takes a while, but you can hurt your credit really fast. You can build it really strong. It takes a long time, but then you can really hurt it if you miss a payment or if you default on a loan or something. You can really hurt your credit. So it's important to just keep a strong credit and just understand it. Number five, credit mix. So this is just they take into account the mix of all the kind of credit accounts that you have. So it can be credit cards, retail accounts, installment loans, mortgage loans. You don't need each of those, so don't think that like, oh my god, I need to go get every single one of these type of credit. No, you don't. You just get a few. Get a credit card here. If you have an installment loan, that's good. Just make timely payments. And then mortgage loans, obviously, if you own a house, just make timely payments on that. But you don't have to like force yourself to go get each one. That's just it's only worth 10% of your credit anyway. So the top two that are really important are obviously payment history and accounts owed. So just make sure that you pay stuff on time. Don't use more than 30% of your credit line, and then don't cancel credit cards that you finish paying off but you don't use. If you keep those three rule of thumbs, basically, you're gonna build your credit. And definitely just try to pay down all your debts. But that's just a quick breakdown of credit. And obviously, if you have higher credit, then you're gonna get better interest rates. You're gonna get better loan packages if you're applying for like mortgages through me. You're gonna get better, just a better chance of qualifying for a loan. The second that you have lower credit, it's gonna raise your interest rates. You're gonna have less options for that. You're gonna have less options for like loan packages. So you might be you might only be able to use like certain loans compared to like a wide variety. And then usually it also makes it so you have to put down a higher down payment. And it forces you to put more money up front because you're showing yourself as a risk to the loan, so they're going to want more money up front, more skin in the game from you, to kind of hedge their loan in case you default. So that's basically just a breakdown of credit. If you have any questions, just reach out to me. I have all my social media and stuff and contact below. If you found this helpful, like and subscribe to me, and leave a comment on any topic that you kind of want me to talk about or break down. All right. Thank you for tuning in, and see ya.